So let us try here criteria API. I want to also tell you here that we are having already few records, like let us talk about the student table only here. So if I do here select a star from students, okay, I have a two record. I just insert a record here, insert into students, okay, values. So if you are doing some query, you require some kind of record at least, so that you can handle the query better. You can write some more uh, conditions, right? So one record. Similarly, I will just say 4, and I will say here bond, and here I'll say here 18, right? Again, I just say here 30, 32, okay, and I say this is Tom. I say the roll number is student ID is a 5, okay. So consider I have 5 records here. So we'll do the query for this table only, okay. So let us try to get it that. So let us make one project here, and I say here Java project, and I'll say query through, okay, query through criteria API, okay, criteria criteria API, okay. With Hibernate, right? Okay, so next, and I say finish. So this is my project here. I'll just quickly add package and Hibernate capabilities here. So com dot example, and then I'll say right click my clips, add Hibernate capabilities. This is the version which we are using here. Okay, next, and then I say next. So I just selected the drivers, and now next is the package, and just finish it. So this part has been done. Here I'll just say HBM2 DDL auto. I just say update not create, otherwise it will drop my table and recreate. So okay, and then I say again here add so SQL, and I say here true, right? Click OK now, and then save it. So it has been saved. Now we'll go to the package, and I'll just say new. I'll create a class here, and my class name is students, okay. So, and it will not have a main method and all. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, so name is a student here. I have a, I mean, student class. Finish it. Okay, we'll close this CFG now, and I'll have a student ID. What are the column we are having? Or if you want to create Pozo class or HBM file from this, so I can just go here to my database. I'll just say here, okay, So let us go to the database. I just save this now. So it is not going there. Okay, so we'll just do manually here quickly. So we are having, say, just let me do first name, age, student ID. So I have a private, uh, so I'll just say private string ID, and then again I say private string first name, right? And I'll say here private integer, age. Okay, and for this we'll have a getter setter. Right click, I'll just say here right click, source, generate getter setter, select all and say OK. So I'm ready with getter setter methods, right? Okay, save it now. So this is my get ID, first name, and get age. So this is done now. We'll create a mapping. So I'll just copy the any mapping file from there, say student.hbm. I just copy from here, copy, and I paste to this place, paste it. So this is my student.hbm. What I have to do here, uh, so class is a student, table is students, right? Okay, ID is a column ID, but the student ID is my column, right? First name and age. So this is only three things we need to map. Rest I did not to do anything because we are not doing all. Just we are doing query. So we need this only. Okay. This is my student.html.xml file where we are having ID, first name and last name, right? So what is a column? It is a first name only. Okay, not a problem. So this mapping has been done. We'll go to the configuration and I'll say here add my mapping file. So I'll select the uh, here sbm student.hbm file. I just added the hbm file. Now I'll go to the source here and you can see this student.hbm.xml file has been added now. And okay, so this job is done. Now this job has been also completed here. This part is done now. Next, what we'll do, we'll add a new class here, and I'll say it is a query manager. Query manager. Okay, query client manager. Something I can write here. Client manager. It will have a main method. So I just remove it. So here I will do the configuration and all. So just write down here, and we'll create one instance of the student class. So student s1 equal to new student, right? Created. Now If we want to retrieve the records of all the student table, what we'll do here? We are not inserting any records, right? We want all the records here. So simply we'll write configuration same. So configuration, import the package cfg, something like cfg equal to new configuration dot configure. Okay, so what is giving error here? Save this. Yeah, next the session factory we have to take. Session factory sf equal to cfg dot build session factory, right? And then just say here session scss equal to sf dot open session, right? Now we can do some transaction. So we write here a transaction, right? Transaction tran equal to ses dot begin transaction, right? And then I'll just import the transaction again, Hibernate, right? Now, so we have started transaction, and what we'll do here? So there's one criteria we are having. So we'll just say criteria. We'll create object of that criteria. It is an org Hibernate package. So I'll say here criteria ctr. Okay, a crt, something like crt equal to uh, session dot create criteria. create, create criteria class name. So here I can give the class name. What class name? I have a student dot class. So it will retrieve all the records here now. Okay, just import this criteria class here from org Hibernate. It has been imported now. So this guy will give me the whole records of the student table. What we'll do here, we'll just say ctr or crt dot list. So let us say a list. What we'll getting? Student. I'll say here student, and I say a list equal to, I just say L equal to L T equal to CRT dot list. Okay, so we'll get all the records here, but it has come to the list, and we have to import the list now. Okay, so we have imported the list. Now what we'll do? We'll just run the for loop, and I will say here student s equal to s colon lt. So all the student details has come to the lt. So one by one will come to the s, and we'll keep displaying all the records now. And I'll say here system order print line, and I'll say here s dot get first id plus, there will be one tab, then plus s dot get first name plus, will give a tab, then plus s dot get age. Okay, so it will display all the records now. Fine. Save it. So now try to run this code now. So I am done here. I just say right click, run as Java application. I'm getting error. I'll just check what is the problem here. Unknown entity student dot class. Okay, so what we'll do here, the mistake which I was doing here, I just write here student dot class. So I was keeping in a string, so it was creating a problem. So let us run this again now. Uh, it's working fine now. So you can see here the first record, all the records are coming here, right? The last one which we have inserted, Jerry, that is also coming here, right? And now you can see this MySQL here. So you are having this 6 rows, so all the records are displaying properly here, right? And now, so that's all about criteria query. If you want to add some restriction here, so we can do what? Let us next time will not do this job here. I just have a comment now. What we can do if we want to some criteria, so I can say crt dot. So there's a add. Inside that we can set some criteria. What criteria you want? So there's on restrictions. So restriction dot. I just say restrictions, okay? Dot. Just import this restriction dot. I can say here like like. So we'll give a property name. I'll say here first name and value. So let us say I want to display all the records which is starting with J, okay? So I'll say here in double quotes, I'll write here J percent, okay? What it mean? Display the only records which is starting with J. So similarly, we can add number of queries or number of conditions criteria with this like. So it will display that records only. I just comment this one. I'll say here save, and now right click here, run as Java application. So what you finding here, like you are getting only John, James, Jerry, though I have several records, right? Isn't it? So that is one example. Let us say I want to give another query criteria here. I just copy and paste and I say here first name not, the age should be greater means restriction.gt age greater than how much? So let us say 20. So display the only records who is having the age greater than 20. So let us run this code now. Run a Java application. So you can find here 1 2 3 5. So S0123 is only having the age greater than 20, right? Rest is another is 19 18. So that record is not displaying here. So I hope you are understanding this condition. So you can say less than, greater than, and equal to. You can add all these restrictions and you can find it. Okay. You can also add some more conditions like first age should be less than 23 and restriction of first name should be like this. So you can add and you can get the proper records here. So that's all about the